I think some white ink splattered on there would look nice.
Some would say I'm insane and they're right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know.
Hi, it's Leigh here. We're doing week 29 of the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. And I'm just covering my page in some gesso. The reason I'm covering this in gesso is because I want everything else to stick and soak into it nicely without it wrecking the paper underneath. So the gesso provides a lovely little surface for everything to bed itself down onto, be that ink or glue or other paint, and it's a little bit transparent so I can still see the original page underneath. So I'm just going to put that to the side, tell you what the prompts are. Alright, hey, thanks a lot to everybody who's been watching my Junk Journal July videos. They're a lot of fun to do. I'm really enjoying it. I really think that it's helping me to grow as a collage artist and an art/junk journaler. So something that turns or spins. So I've got gears. I've got a compass, not sure which one I'm going to use. A key, so I've got a key. A ticket of any kind. I have got a gazillion tickets, and these are just two that I pulled out, one big one, one small one. A portion of a brochure or an advertisement. That's just out of this book, which is all about history of Australia. So it's an old ad for Bushell's coffee and chicory mixture. My mum used to buy that when I was a kid. Look at my hands, covered in ink. I bought myself a calligraphy set. It's not going very well. There's also this little sticker, which is B's Universal Button Fasteners, and a building come out of this as well, and that is, I don't know, somewhere in Australia. But anyway, that's what I'm going to stick onto my page after my gesso dries, and I've splashed it with a few different things to jazz it up a bit. Okay, that's dry enough now, and I'm going to just put some watercolor paints on that. Just want them to be light. This brush has still got some gesso in it. The watercolor paint will dry a little bit lighter. So I just want some greens and greeny blues. Just a bit here and there. Not really too concerned. Just don't want it to be white. What I'm going to do while it's still wet is just use my old tea towel here and soak up some of the excess. I was waiting all night for it to dry. That'll do. And I just want to put a little border around. I'm doing something different this time. Normally I do my collage and then put the border around it, but this time I'm going the other way. And whatever colour that is, I think it's Prussian blue. Maybe it's phthalo green. It's going to be, that's definitely a blue. Prussian blue by the look of it. I'm just going to put a frame around the edge of my page. So I'll have to dry it again. I'm going to do something like that. A cruciform is my favourite type of collage shape to do. So straight line with things coming off it on either side. But what I want to do, because that looks a bit boring, I want to zhuzh those things up a bit and the background as well. So I've got my London Fog ink pad and my favourite text. I'm just going to move all those elements over to there and pop some text on there. This is a nice subtle grey sort of colour. It's perfect for putting in the background because it doesn't overwhelm anything else. Just going to stamp all over that. It's not there to be red, so it doesn't matter. Do I need to do some stenciling? Probably spotty one. Just put it in the corners. I think I'm just going to grab any ink pad dauber that I've got, and I'm just going to use whatever ink is in there. Put it in the corners. It's just about all gone now. It's quite subtle. What's in this one? Looks like it might have been speckled egg or something like that, that greenish, light green colour. Probably not doing the sponge too much good, but never mind. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, so I'm going to ink around the edge of all those things, and I'm going to, no I'm not. I'm going to splatter them with stuff. I'm going to use my Distress Oxides and some coffee. Did I have that in there? Can't remember. Got a couple of bits of homemade washi, so I might include that in that little lineup. And I've got mustard seed. I've got peacock feathers, ground espresso, and what else? Should be another one here somewhere. Gathered twigs. I'm not going to spray them. I'm going to splatter them with whatever's on the end of the little tube. And if you've got any of these and you find that they leak around the top, it could be the way that you're shaking them, because you're supposed to shake them from side to side, not up and down, which I found out. Oh, shaving cream. Don't do that. Don't tip your hand over when you're holding the open bottle, or you'll spill it. Okay, so there's a fair bit of ink that was up that tube. A fair bit of ink on my desk now too. Desk protector. This is what I mopped up the leaking calligraphy ink with, so I'm just going to put that in there. That'll get used in a collage sometime. Now I've got blue ink on my hands to go with the black. So let's go for some gathered twigs. Got this little idea from, well, the first person I saw do it was Louisa Heinzel. It was ages ago, and then I've seen other people doing it since then. But I love it. It's messy. Now I want some coffee as well in there. This is a really dark mix of coffee, super strong. The excess is going on to the paper here, so that'll get used as collage paper as well. Just move away some of those pieces. They're probably, yeah, like the key hasn't really got much on it of anything. Okay, so now the trick is to spray some water on it, because that activates the oxides. And they do all sorts of things when they're wet. Okay, so that stuff is going to have to dry. I'll just leave it for a little while. Okay, so all my little bits and pieces are dry of all the distress ink on them, and they look awesome, but I think they're just lost on that background. And I've got this envelope, so I'm going to tear off a piece of the envelope and use that to make my collage on. I want it to be a rectangle that goes that way, so I'm going to tear it down a bit. I don't mind if the collage goes outside this white, but I just want my little bits, which are gorgeous, to stand out a little bit better. Let me just check my phone to see how my camera I should say, see how I had designed that. Yeah. So what I was going to do was something like this. I had bits of ticket. It's hardly tell what the tickets are anymore. My compass was about there. My building was about there. Bushell's tea was down here somewhere. And oops, the key was across there. But I think that needs to be more on the white part. So perhaps in there somewhere like that. Then I've got two more bits of ticket, maybe there. Could put that little 29-cent ticket there. And I think it needs to all go up a little bit higher on that. I think that's what I'll do. Push it all up a little bit so that it protrudes off that white paper a bit more. Still a bit concerned about that key though. Doesn't really stand out. Maybe if I put it... Anyway, I'm going to ink around the white and then I will come back to it. This probably needs to be cut out, I think. So I'll do that. So I've inked around that and put a couple of splashes of coffee onto it so it's not stark white. And I'm just going to loosely glue these down. So I want them to come off a little bit. I'm putting this all a bit higher than it was before. I think it sits on the paper better that way. Yeah. Don't like that white along the side there, so I'm going to ink that a little bit. So that one go there. Can go there. Oh, this Bushell's advertisement. That can go there. I've got a piece of ticket like that. I think looks okay. So thanks to everyone who's been watching my Junk Journal July videos. I've been able to get one out every day. I was doing them with just music and then somebody asked me told me that it'd be better if I said something in the beginning of each video. So I had a few pre-recorded so I couldn't change the format. But I have actually started doing that. I don't know, it adds, like it doubles the time that it takes to actually make the video, so as far as editing goes, I'm not sure whether I will continue to do that. Let me know what you think, because I've been keeping them short, and do you think I should keep speaking at the beginning or not? Still can't make up my mind where that little key's going to go. Doesn't look right there. I think here, so it continues that long line. That'll do. I'll put it down before I change my mind again. Got the dropsies this morning. Okay, so that's the actual collage. So I'm going to just flip that over, put some more glue on the back of it and put it down. I think I go right on towards the edge there. I feel like I want to gesso over that. It's bugging me. So I'm going to just do a light coat of gesso. I thought this green would have dried a lot lighter than it actually has. And I don't really like it as dark as it is. I sort of feel that it's not the right green in some respects. Doesn't suit the colour of everything else. So maybe if I just do the bottom, I think that looks better. But what's going to happen is as it dries it's going to become more transparent. I might have to give it another coat when it dries, maybe. Take it all the way around just so it lifts that collage off the page. So I'm going to let it dry, but while it's drying I'm going to do something else. I think some white ink splattered on there would look nice. Probably a little bit more coffee on there too. I've got some darker stuff because I don't think that's dark enough there. I think that's better. This is what I was trying to put the lid of the bottle onto the little cup. Add some white ink. I think I like that better. I still feel like something needs to be there. Do I need to rip that corner off? Maybe that's what I need to do. Do that. And just put some coffee along the edge of the paper. This is a nice strong mix of coffee. It's quite dark. And while I'm at it, I might as well go all the way around the edge. I like the way that coffee is absorbing into the paper through that torn edge. You can see the gesso has dried out, faded away a bit. It's not as prominent as it was. Put the lid on this before disaster strikes. I've got a little bit of this ink left. It's still workable, so I might just, I am painting some of that ink on to that bottom bit, and if I can get a little bit up here as well, just use it up. I need to put a bit more glue under that. Okay, so that'll do. I'm going to call that done. No, I'm not. I think I'll do something around the edge. Got my black Tombow, so I'll draw along so it looks a bit like a shadow, just along the inside of this frame. If I can stop my hand from shaking, that'd be great. Or keep it straight would even be better. The paper is not flat too, that doesn't help. Okay, so this one's number 29. And it will be the 17th of the 7th, 22. And I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to touch it anymore. So something that turns or spins as a compass, a key, tickets, portion of a brochure or advertisement, which is the bushels ad, and a building. The bonus was a place. Well, a building's a place, isn't it? So apart from that, I think we'll leave it. No gold splatters. Now I've said that, I want to put some on. Yeah, I'm going to put some gold splattering on there. I bought this palette of golds. Some of them I actually already had. I don't like that yellow gold very much, so I should use it, make myself use it. It's too, I don't know what the word for it is. No, it just looks phony. Like storybook gold or something. I don't know. Let's just put a few dots. Oops. I manage to do that every time I use my watercolour paints, put the brush in the wrong place. Okay, that'll do. So giving it some shimmer. It's probably still wet. Yeah, you can just see it. Week 29. Done and dusted. Don't forget to check out Julie's channel. She's I don't think she's doing Margarete Miller anymore, but she's doing the Junk Journal July. Not every day, just from time to time. Yeah, she's working on a beautiful Peter Rabbit storybook. that she's reinventing. Okay, so I'll say bye-bye and see you in the next video. Boo-boo!